On a frontier world where two species balance on the edge of peace, a human engineer who fixes broken things gets offered something far stranger than a promotion: marriage. Not because of love at first sight, but because a powerful alien family has already decided he is chosen. What happens when duty, politics, and quiet, stubborn courage collide beneath twin moons? Could a human heart become the hinge that holds two civilizations together, or tear them apart? If you love tense HFY stories with unexpected heart and big stakes, hit like and subscribe. We tell these stories for the people who cheer when humanity surprises the galaxy. Share this with someone who loves unlikely heroes. Now, shall we walk into the orbit of this union and see what it really costs? The first thing Nathan noticed about Aithon Prime wasn't its beauty, it was the silence. The wind here carried dust that shimmered like iron filings in sunlight, and every sound seemed swallowed by the planet's red horizon. He'd come to build energy conduits, not bridges between species, but fate, as it turned out, didn't care about job titles. Yilara of the Crescent Clan arrived in a flash of silver armor and purpose. 2 meters tall, eyes like molten amber, every movement she made looked rehearsed by gravity itself. She was stationed as a liaison, though everyone knew she was here to make sure humans didn't mess up Vayari territory. Their first meeting was a disaster. He tried to shake her hand, a human gesture. She responded by drawing her blade, thinking it was an insult. The colonists laughed about it for weeks, yet somehow she kept showing up near his work site, watching, asking quiet questions in a voice that could shatter glass or calm storms. One evening, while fixing a collapsed transmitter tower, Nathan found her there again, staring at the stars. "Your people are strange," she said softly. "You fix things that others would abandon." He smiled. "We don't like giving up easy." That night, a quiet understanding sparked. Not romance, not yet. Something simpler. Respect, curiosity. A week later, the message arrived from orbit. Yilara's family ship descended, sleek, crescent-shaped, marked with royal insignia. She met Nathan at dawn, her face unreadable. "My family wishes to speak with you," she said. "They believe we should be joined." Nathan froze. "Joined? You mean—" Her gaze didn't waver. "Yes, human. My family wants us to get married." The silence that followed could have split the sky. The Vayari ship didn't land. It descended, like a storm given form. Its hull glowed with blue plasma veins, and the air around it hummed as if reality itself held its breath. Nathan stood at the edge of the colony's platform, heart thudding against his ribs. All he could think was, this feels like a wedding invitation delivered by thunder. The hatch opened, and Yilara's family emerged. Tall, elegant, dangerous. Their armor wasn't just ceremonial. Every line whispered of battle. Every gesture radiated authority. At the front walked Matron Vireth, Yilara's mother, the kind of presence that made even soldiers straighten unconsciously. "You are the human," she said, voice deep as tectonic rumble. "The one who repaired our outpost grid. The one who earned my daughter's regard." Nathan swallowed. I did some maintenance. Nothing special." Her eyes narrowed. "Humility, rare. That will serve you." Behind him, human colonists whispered. "Marry an alien? Was this diplomacy or madness?" Rumors spread like plasma fire. Some saw opportunity, others saw betrayal. The local governor even called Nathan privately, his voice tight. "If you do this, you'll tie humanity to their empire. Are you ready for that weight?" Was he? He didn't know. But when he saw Yilara, standing proud beside her clan, yet glancing his way as if asking for silent courage, something clicked. That evening, the Crescent Clan invited him to their hall within the landed ship. It was grand, crystalline pillars glowing with life energy. At the center, 2 circles interlocked in light, a bond symbol. Matron Vireth placed her hand upon it. Aithon Prime needs peace, she said. And peace needs family. Nathan realized then, this wasn't a proposal. It was a political weapon dressed as a wedding. Dawn broke red that morning, not from the sun, but from fire. The colony's eastern ridge erupted in chaos as raiders, scavengers from the fringe worlds, stormed the perimeter. Sirens howled, explosions thundered across the dust plains. Nathan was halfway through repairing a damaged conduit when the first plasma bolt struck near his feet. "Not again," he muttered, grabbing a pulse wrench, hardly a weapon, but better than empty hands. He sprinted toward the smoke. He wasn't alone. Yilara was already there, blades drawn, moving with inhuman grace. She fought like a storm given purpose, silver arcs of motion against the backdrop of flame, yet even she was outnumbered. "Nathan, fall back," she shouted. He didn't. Instead, he jumped into the chaos, wrench in one hand, half-fused shield in the other. He ducked, deflected, swung, somehow keeping pace beside her. A raider lunged for her blind side, and Nathan tackled him, slamming the improvised shield into his jaw. When it was over, the ground was littered with debris and silence. Yilara turned, breathing hard, staring at the human who had no business surviving that fight. "You are reckless," she said. "Yeah," Nathan panted. But it worked. Her lips twitched, the faintest hint of a smile. "The Crescent spirits favor courage. Perhaps they favor you." Later, as medics tended the wounded, Matron Vareth approached, her tone colder than the stars. "You fought beside my daughter. You understand now what our union means. It's not merely alliance, it's survival. Strength must be shared." Nathan looked toward Yilara, who stood at the edge of the platform, her armor dimmed with dust and blood. For the first time, she wasn't just a soldier or a stranger. She was real, and that terrified him more than any battle. The days after the raid felt heavier than the dust that blanketed Aithon Prime. Repairs began, treaties were drafted, and whispers multiplied faster than data streams. Humans called Nathan the ambassador with a wrench. The Vayari called him the one who stood beside the blade. Neither title sat right with him. Every night he found Yilara training in silence. Her sword moved like a comet's path, precise, inevitable. Sometimes she'd pause, watching him from the corner of her eye. "You hesitate less now," she said one night. "Guess I'm getting used to being nearly killed every other day," he replied. She almost smiled again, that rare flicker that looked more like sunlight breaking through metal clouds. Then came the meetings. Human officials wanted him to delay the union. Too risky, they said. The Vayari Council demanded the opposite. Too important to delay. Nathan felt caught between two worlds that saw him as leverage instead of a person. Yilara noticed. "You carry the weight of both skies," she said quietly. "And you?" he asked. Her gaze softened. "I carry you." It wasn't a confession, not exactly, but it left him breathless all the same. That night they met away from the noise, on the cliff overlooking the twin moons. She removed her gauntlet, reached out, and let her fingers brush his. "Among my kind," she said, "touch means promise." Nathan took her hand. "Among mine," he whispered, "it means trust." For the first time, politics faded. There were no empires, no councils, just two people who had nearly died together, learning what it meant to live for something more. The next morning, their decisions spread across both colonies like wildfire. The wedding would happen, under the twin moons. The ceremony was nothing like Earth's weddings. There were no flowers, no music, no rehearsed vows. Only two moons, one blue and one white hanging over the scarlet plains. A circle of light shimmered between them, the Vayari bond sigil, powered by both human tech and alien energy. Nathan stood before it, heart pounding. His hands were still rough from repairs, a smear of oil under one thumb. Yilara approached in armor polished like starlight, the symbol of her clan glowing faintly at her throat. She looked at him. Really looked, and the world seemed to still. Matron Vareth spoke, her voice carrying across the gathered crowd. Let this union be more than alliance. Let it be the bridge between stars. Nathan took a slow breath. I'm not sure what comes next, he said, voice steady. But I know one thing, humans don't run from impossible things. We build them. Yilara stepped forward. Then let us build together. As the sigil flared, twin shadows merged on the ground. The cheers that followed weren't just for a marriage. They were for a new chapter in galactic history. And when Nathan looked up at the stars, he realized something profound. Sometimes humanity's greatest strength isn't its technology or power. It's the courage to love what others fear to understand. And that was how a simple human engineer married into a legacy older than Earth's oceans, not because he sought power, but because he refused to see walls where bridges could stand. In a galaxy where politics often drown out truth, Nathan and Yilara reminded everyone, human and Vayari alike, that understanding can be louder than war. Maybe that's humanity's secret weapon. Not brute strength, not numbers, but heart. The kind that dives into danger, that fixes what's broken, and that chooses connection even when it's terrifying. If that doesn't sound legendary, I don't know what does. Hey, if you felt something during this story, that spark of awe, that whisper of what if, drop a like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who still believes humans can surprise the universe. Because out there, somewhere between two moons, a human and an alien woman are still proving that love might just be humanity's most powerful technology yet.